Hello, guys. So today I'm presenting the project 2. I wanted to go over first, um, be very quick. So the course project. Consider the design of a database for a website for managing a driveway ceiling for a contractor, David Smith. The client will need to register with a website with the following information: first name, last name, address, credit card information, phone number, and email. A unique client ID will be generated for the client when they register themselves. The workflow starts from a client to submit a request for quote, in which the client can submit the request for sealing one driveway with the following information: the address of the property, the square feet of the driveway, a proposed price for the work, and 5 pictures of the driveway from different angles. A note will also be sent as part of the request to allow the client to add whatever information they see fit. After receiving the request, David Smith can either reject the request with a note so that the client knows why the request is rejected, or respond with a quote uh, in, in which an initial counter proposal of price is set for the work as well as a time window from when to when that the work will be performed. After receiving the quote, the client can accept the quote immediately, which creates an order of work that forms the contract between David Smith and the client. Otherwise, the client can resubmit the request with a new note commenting and negotiating the terms for the quote, lower price, another day for the work. After receiving the revised request of quote, David Smith can modify the price or work period and send the revised quote to the client. Such negotiation can be looped as many times as necessary until the client accepts the offer or one of the parties quit from negotiation. In the case of quit, no agreement will be reached. The quote will simply fail as the final step and will be closed. A new quote request will need to be submitted thereafter if the client changes their mind and like to pursue a new round of negotiation. After the work specified in the order of work has been completed, David Smith will be able to generate a bill from the order of work and sends it to the client. After receiving the bill, the client can either pay the bill immediately using the credit card or reject it with a note to explain the concerns and complaints. David Smith can resubmit the bill with his own note explaining or addressing the above concern, including applying a discount if necessary. The negotiation on the bill can be sent back and forth as many times as possible. The bill will be concluded only when the client pays for the bill. Otherwise, the bill will always be pending in a dispute status. Possibly, the two parties need to resort to external process such as lawsuit, which is out of scope for this project. Yes, in this project we did not include that. In this project, you will need the model. You need to model each response of the code and each response of the bill as they are evidenced in the lawsuit. In terms of interface, we need to implement the following functionalities: dashboard for David Smith, which is the admin; check all incoming requests for quote and examine this content, responses and status; check all orders of work, content and status; check all the bills to work, their content and status. David Smith should also be able to respond to the most recent response of quote and bill. A report of revenue can also be generated generated easily for a particular period. Dashboard for clients. Check the confirmation of quotes, orders, and bills. The client should be able to respond to the most recent response for David Smith. These are project, but workflow for this project. We had to draw an ER diagram for the system, which we did, implement all the interfaces and functionality described above, and implemented of the following functionality for the dashboard for David Smith. The big client, which is the list the clients that David Smith completed the most number of orders. List client if there is no tie. List all the top clients if there is a tie. Please verify your query. Result is correct after you have done the query to have full credit. List the clients who sent 3 different requests to David Smith but then never followed up afterwards. List all the agreed quotes in this month. List all the clients that have registered but never submitted any requests for quotes. List the locations of the driveways that have the largest square feet that David Smith ever worked. List all the locations if there is a tie, or list just one location if there is no tie. List all the bills. This is for the largest driveway. Apologize. So let's go back here. Difficult clients, we have to list all the clients who sent 3 different requests to David Smith, never allowed afterwards. The month's request, list all the agreed quotes in this month. Prospective clients, list all the clients that have registered but never submitted any request for quotes. Largest driveway, which we have to list the locations of the driveway that have the largest square feet that Davey Smith ever worked. So the best, not the best, I mean the best bill that he has ever gotten. Overdue bills is all the bills that have not been paid after 1 week the bill is generated, and bank clients is all the clients that have never paid the bill after it's due. Suppose the bill is due 1 week after it is generated. A client is not bad. There is no bill for them at all. Good clients list all the clients that have paid their bills right after the bills are generated, meaning they pay the bill within 24 hours when the bill is generated. And this is for us how we're going to submit it. But let's go over. Okay, so the sign up, we have a registration portal here. You can create a user account, because for the admin we already have it. We don't need a sign up. So if you go here, I was working on I think it was bad client. Just put gmail.com. Put a typo over there. .com. Bad client. All right. So this is the bad client, and just a heads up. Since we worked all night for, today this is the deadline, and we were still working on it and finished it, but the last push of the repository had it my teammate, which kind of caused me to have issues still with troubles for insertion and selections. But for most of the part it works. The whole projects work. That's not the issue. It's just that I have to I couldn't insert exactly what were needed, because my teammate was the last one that updated the code, and we needed more time for that. But if you check his video, he will possibly show more of the project. Anyway, so this is the users, and bad client with a user ID 56. Last name it's a foreign key. Client ID is a foreign key, which is not for this. That's for the bills. I apologize. Bad client, first name, last name. This is the users table. It's basically show all the sign up credentials, and then for the quote request is where it shows let's say this one, for example. It will show the property quote. For the bill, the order bill, we have to go to the bills table, which will show, let's say 108. This is pending, and so on. Now I want to show a full process how this works. So if I want to do a quote, let's say example address 111 example, and then I submit it. Oh yeah, there also have there's pictures of it. How we implemented the pictures is, if you submit it, it would kind of like go. Well, we would suppose that the folder will be connected to the folder of the admin, so that's where the image is going to be sent, basically. But keep going. So this is the example, and then now we can go to the admin sign in. So the admin, this is the example. We can respond. We can use the propose counteroffer, the reject, and the accept. Let's say the negotiation. So no, that is too low. I'm greedy. I won't afford it. And then you send. And if you go here, if you check the view messages, you check here, and you can say okay, and then you will go back here. So if you check the proposed counteroffer, it will show the negotiations until the admin rejects or accepts. So for example, since we have one already for accept and reject, a bill that is accepted, this is accepted, and then for the bill it's going to be status for if it's paid or not. But let's say we reject it, and here the pending, if we refresh it, is going to be rejected. For the other part, your bills will be, if we say accepted, the bill accepted successfully, and it's going to be paid. This will be all, and all the bills are shown. If it's we can mark it as paid or not. This is marked as paid. And here is the big clients, so the one with the most order count. The difficult client is final guy. So if we go to here, difficult client, it says list the client who sent 3 different requests to David Smith, but then never followed afterwards. So this guy that never followed afterward, I call it final guy, but he has 3 requests that I have to find. Is this guy with 333, 333, 333, and he's one of the difficult clients. This month's quotes is all the quotes that have been added. So if we go, the reason we put ID is just to verify with the table. But of course, if we have the admin dashboard, we were going to add the name, the address of the user. But it will be much easier for us to see. So the quotes request. If we go quote ID 334, quote ID 334 it's been this month, December 15th. And prospective clients. Prospective clients is list all the clients that have registered but never submitted any request for quote. And one of them is Lalieri. He hasn't done any responses. So let's see user ID Lalieri is user ID 2, and if we go to quote request, we will not see any client ID is connected to the user ID, so it's a foreign key. So we don't have any. That's why it's saying Lalieri is a prospective client. Largest driveway, its property address, a good client made it, square feet. This is the largest one. If we go to, well, it's connected with the bills and the quote request. So if we go here, this is the one, good client made it. And then this one is connected with client ID and order ID. These two are connected together. Client ID 7. Okay, client ID 7. So this one, if you see here, paid. This is not Lalieri. It's the largest freeway. Overdue bills. This bill basically is saying that list all the bills that have not been paid after 1 week. The bill is generated. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the created ad, the insertions, and the updates working for the moment. So, but fortunately, my teammate, he's going to provide that on his own video. But basically, it will show that all the bills that are overdue. It will list all the clients over here. The bad clients, the same issue as here. For the bad clients is list all the clients that have never paid any bill. Again, I had issues that for this for its status. I couldn't. I had difficulties with insertion because I just got the project and I couldn't edit exactly the code how I wanted. I had to read the whole code, but no time for that. My teammate is going to explain in his own video, which is a good thing. And the good clients is this all the clients that have paid their bills right after the bills are generated, meaning they paid the bill within 24 hours and the bill is generated. They pay their bills right after the bills are generated. So if the client was assigned a bill after they negotiated and accepted the quote together, the client immediately paid the bill. And these are all the ones listed. I also have the code here. If we go to not components, this is servers. And this are the good clients. So select distinct, and then this is the bad client. This is the overdue bills. Prospective clients. I just wanted to go over the overdue bills since it wasn't provided on my video. And select bill, B bill, ID, B amount, V stats. So these are all from the bill. Apologize. These are all from the bill table, and I joined it with that order table orders where the status is pending and the payment date is null or is being created after 7 days. That will create an overdue bill. And for the bad clients, I believe that was the one. Okay, for the bad clients, we select the columns of table user from user ID as client ID, and then first name as client first name. These are being used as constant from the admin dashboard, the front end file. Last name as client last name, and then from users, that's the U, and then the U call, and then for the join bills, we join it with a bills table, where user ID is equal to the client ID from the bill table, and then when the payment date is null, it's created. So if they haven't paid before that, they'll be named as bad clients. Thank you very much, and I hope this project was educational, and have a good one.